So it's been a while, and apparently
at Impress Live, so we were talking for a little bit.
Talking for like 15 seconds, and then it's like, oh, we didn't click go live. So we're back.
We are back.
Lovely to be back. Somehow I opened DoorDash on my phone. We had a planned hiatus that went into like an unplanned hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
I had foot surgery.
Foot surgery
in June.
We're hopping around.
Yeah, for longer than I would have liked to. And if you've ever been on crutches, it is not fun. Your entire body hurts, and it's really uncomfortable. So I am now off crutches, out of a boot. Then we had some family stuff going on, but we are back.
We are back.
We're back. Glad to be back.
You glad to be back?
Yeah. It was sort of a transition to get myself back into doing the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had to think about it for a little bit. You know, we are now back, and then also the Olympic were going on and all this stuff.
Steve, what's up? Daryl, what's up? We missed you all. Yeah, the Olympics.
The Olympics.
I'm a gigantic, huge fan of the Olympics.
Right. And I'm a gigantic, huge fan of gymnastics
in the Olympics.
But I enjoy all of it. Everything that was going on, the swimming and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of sad that we didn't go live during those things because, you know, of family matters that we had. But at the same time, I went through an angry period during that.
Yeah.
You know, and if you follow me on Facebook, you probably saw that I was a little bit angry at some people.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type to get angry, but when I see something that people are talking about it like they know, that gets on my nerve.
Yeah.
You know, when people are talking about something they don't know about, but they have the expert opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it should have been done, and this is what it should have done, and things like that. So that got me a little bit upset because unless you've been in that situation, keep your mouth shut. But
and have compassion.
Yes. Try to understand other people's, you know.
Yeah. Until you've walked a mile in their shoes.
Exactly. And even if you walk a mile, no one could walk a mile in Simone Biles' shoes because she was doing original things that nobody has done.
Yeah.
And if you don't have something brand new and you don't have apprehension, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think that was... Right. So anyway, I don't want to get back in that dark space, even though I was just trying to explain to people that... You know, people were stopping me in the street, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, the other day somebody stopped me at the grocery store and started talking to me about it. Well, I don't know how it feels, you know, so therefore, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
How you doing, Daniel?
Daniel Miller.
Long time don't see.
You upset us really bad. You know what?
Because we didn't see you, Daniel.
No, yeah, we missed you. We missed all you guys.
We missed all you guys.
Back on.
Great to be back.
Are you just repeating?
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like we're doing a song. Go ahead, keep saying something.
Stephen Weisberg says next Olympics, one of your students will get gold.
Listen,
that would be awesome.
We just finished this summer camp, and I think that they all deserve gold. You know, because to me it's not so much but how much you grow during the period, and it's 6 weeks. And some of the kids were going from barely walking to walking on their hands, you know? So things like that make me happy. I mean, if you couldn't do a cartwheel and you asked me to teach you a cartwheel and I teach you and you come close to making it, that gets me excited because I know what's coming next.
Yeah.
I love your shirt, honey.
Thank you. I've had it for quite some time.
You never wore it, though.
No, I'm not a t-shirt type person.
I know. It looks nice on camera.
It does, and it's the correct way. I have to move this vase, because it's gonna end up.
I'm still doing the gymnastics stuff. You know, I still got gymnastics is still on my as a matter of fact, I recorded some of it. So I was watching today some of the stuff that I missed because we were doing this summer camp. So
this is our guest.
Our guest, yeah, she was there, but she didn't have the camera.
Yeah. Okay. So we're hoping that we can get Shelly on. So actress model Cheli Smith is our guest tonight. I met Shelly. Well, we met Shelly back in October.
Was it that long?
Yeah. So almost a year ago. And I was filming on Long Island. And we met on set, and it was pretty funny. We had a blast. It was 2 days of filming, and we got to know each other. We connected. We exchanged contact information, and so we try and keep in touch every so often. So Shelly Smith is going to join us today. So I'm going to read a little bit of her bio. What's Steven saying?
Steven is saying that he's still doing his stretches in the morning. Thank you.
Oh, that is awesome. Awesome. I have to get myself back into it because for a while I was just trying to climb the rope with a boot on my foot.
And we're doing some fight things. We didn't talk about that, but we could talk after we talk to Cheli.
Okay, so I don't know what that was. Shelly Smith has enjoyed working with Gemini Theater, The Shadow, and 5-Minute Murder Mysteries. Her recent credits include 12 Angry Women at the Producers Club on Stage, A Sketch of New York, Love Stories, Help Desk, May and God's Hands, and The Angels Who Gift It to Others. When she isn't on stage, Shelly works on film and television. So we're hoping we can get Shelly in because we'll talk about what's been going on with her, with everything, with more shoots opening up because I know she's been shooting.
I see her backstage. I just don't see her.
She's been shooting quite a bit.
I just don't see her.
Television. Let's see if we can add her to stream.
We're going to add it, but I don't see her.
Okay. It looks like maybe she doesn't have her camera on. Does she? So we're going to give her a few minutes.
Her camera and the sound. Let me see. The sound is not on either. Okay.
No, we don't want to mute her. So, I mean, we can chat a little bit about the mixer we went to.
Oh, yeah.
We went to a mixer a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because there is a wonderful film studio, Michelson Film Studio, which was in Middletown for a couple of years. So they had a fire at the studio in Middletown. And so now they are rebuilding the studio in Fishkill. And so we went to see it. It wasn't completed. They hadn't started anything yet, but they just wanted to get people into the space so we know where it is. So we went. It's basically just like the guts of the building. We went and we got to see a lot of people that we haven't seen in a while. And it's going to be a gorgeous piece of property. There are tons of, I shouldn't say tons, but there are a few other studios that are popping up all over. Umbra Stages, which is in Newburgh, New Windsor area. When I went to Umbra and shot 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago. It was just sort of the one building that they had. I was there several times, and they have really expanded.
Well, that was huge. I wish,
Oh, are you talking about Michelson Studios? Because I had already moved on from that.
No. I'm just talking about that. I didn't. If I knew we were going to talk about it, I would have some photos of it.
It's
but
okay.
Maybe next time.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to put it in. We don't have to put everything up. But yeah, so the Hudson Valley is really booming,
growing.
And
It's
loving
becoming
it.
the Hollywood of
Hollywood of the Hudson Valley.
The Hudson Valley,
yep,
right?
That's what we're being
the
called.
new Hollywood is being called. What do you?
He said it's still the best part of the show, the technology problems.
Well, she's there, but we don't see. Yeah. We don't see her. We know that she's there, but we don't see her. She's in the green room, but but her camera is not on.
Yeah.
Or her sound. So
yeah.
I was trying to get in touch with her to see if she will click on it again. Maybe go out and come back in.
So again, I have said this before, if anyone is in the local area and they are looking to get into film, now is the time.
Steve said he wanted to do it.
Steve?
Yeah.
Yes, Steve said he wants to be an actor. He said he's going to. Steve said he made a comment about the technological issues that we have sometimes.
Yeah, but I think before he mentioned something, because his cousin, no, his niece is an actress.
Oh, okay.
I believe she's been on some of the set that we have been on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I've seen her in maybe one of the French film or something. French? German
films, yes.
German.
Yeah, I remember the days of when we used to shoot those German films up here.
Yep.
For some reason, these German directors would so there's an author, her name is
Katie Ford.
Katie Ford, thank you, honey. Katie Ford. And so she writes books, sort of like, I want to say sort of like Nora Roberts, if you guys know who the author Nora Roberts is. But she writes these beautiful love family stories.
Mm-hmm.
And they took many of the books and turned them into feature films.
Right.
In Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So they would come up here with the German crew. They would come up and shoot from May to September.
Right.
And then they would release these movies. I think I maybe got to see one or two. And that just happened, by like a fluke or something.
And it's funny because they always had some different stars, but you were in every one of those movies.
Yeah, those were
one
really
of them,
good. That's actually how I got my start in films.
One of them you were playing the violin.
Was doing background for German films, and I must have done
tons of them.
Oh my gosh, I can't even. And the first film that I did, the first German film I did, was shot at the Astor Courts. Yes, the Astor Courts. And it's a mansion in Red Hook or Rhinebeck. I don't know which side of the street is Red Hook or Rhinebeck. But if you guys may have heard of this, but Chelsea Clinton got married there. Woo.
Yes.
That's its claim to fame.
Yes, I remember that.
So, I remember that was the first film. I left at like 5 p.m. and I didn't get home till the next morning at like 7:30. Went to sleep for like 4 hours, woke up, then went to play rehearsal because I was doing a play. So, good times. Good times. So, we have sort of like a backup. Should Shelly not be able to come in, we've got some fun stuff to talk about. If you guys know somebody who is into video games, tell them to come in the room with you. Tell them to click into Tweed Talks. It's going to be pretty funny. I didn't know how funny it was until I read through these comments and Googled what these people were talking about, because gaming lingo is a little different.
I added her to the screen, but she probably. Cheli, could you say something?
She's quiet. She's quiet today.
I added her, but it's not going on.
Right.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go play that commercial that you made.
Okay. I'll set it up.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So this is going to be really funny. So I had been trying to get into voiceover for many years. And so I have all these acting profiles online, and I have a profile on Backstage. So one day before this happened, I'm like, you know what? Let me try and play around with some voices. So I picked up my daughter's fairy book. It was in a series of fairy books, I guess. I picked it up. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to narrate this in a British accent. Because why not? So I take my BlackBerry. Yes, I had a BlackBerry at the time. I open Daryl. I opened the voice recorder and I just start narrating this book. It was like maybe the intro and like the first couple paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Uploaded it to my Backstage profile under audio, and just let it ride. So a short time after, I get this message in my inbox, and IBM is interested in me coming and recording a voiceover for this online commercial. So I said to them, I'm like, that's not the way I really sound. That's a fake British accent. I just want to let you know that. And they were like, it sounds great because it doesn't sound like you're from any one part of England. It sort of sounds like you have like this worldly accent. I was like, okay, great. So I end up booking this gig, and the gig paid well. So I'm like, oh, I'm shooting for IBM. So I record this online commercial. And
what's funny is I drove it there. I remember it was very hot. I drove it there and I went to park the car. I was just talking about this yesterday. I went to park the car, and then all of a sudden I hear, honey, I'm done. I said, what?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I was driving around the city trying to find a place to park.
If you've been to the city and try to find parking, you know what we're talking about.
And you were booked for what? For a couple of hours, right? For 3 hours or something? That's what they thought it was going to take?
Probably like a half day or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, that happened, and it was done. But let me show you.
Wait. I'm not finished setting it up, though. I just want to.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just tell you guys this one thing.
You can't give it away.
Okay, so you want to play the video first, and then.
Oh, you were gonna don't give it away.
I'm not gonna give the video. Oh, okay. So we'll play the video.
And then we tell you what happened after people started watching it.
Okay.
That
works.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sounds of IBM. We're on our way to the IBM Noise Free Labs in Zurich, Switzerland. They are located in the Binnig and Rohrer Nanotechnology Center, a cutting-edge infrastructure specifically designed for advancing nanoscience and named for two of IBM's Nobel laureates. Eight meters underground, the 6 noise-free labs enable the most sensitive and demanding research experiments at the nanoscale. For such research activities, the slightest alteration in temperature or humidity, excess vibrations, electromagnetic fields, or acoustic sound can be detrimental. Creating an ultra-silent environment with drastically reduced disturbances of all types was critical. The experiments are shielded so well that even the high-speed train passing underneath the lab has no impact on the measurements. It is in such silence that highly sensitive measurement equipment designed for the tiniest nanoscale structures can accurately operate. Join us to experience Sounds of IBM Noise Free Labs.
Anyway, that's a taste of the.
Well, that was the whole.
That was the whole thing.
That was all my dialogue. After that, it was just clicking. So that was the online commercial for IBM Noise Free Labs. And if you guys go back and listen to it again, it's on YouTube, but you can hear like the clicking. It's crazy because when I got to the studio, they're like, okay, Crystal, so we loved what you did in your audition. We want you to do this video. We want your voice to sound like an ASMR. And I'm like, okay, I had no idea what ASMR was. So ASMR, if you guys have never heard of it, it's called it stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a relaxing, often sedative sensation that begins on the scalp and moves down the body. If you guys have been on YouTube lately or over the past couple of years, this has really been getting so big, these ASMR style videos. And I was like, okay. So I recorded it like that. And every now and then I'll go back and just read the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote down some of the comments and I'm going to read them to you guys because they are hysterical. Funny. Okay, so let's pull up our comments because we see people clicking in and commenting. Okay. Okay, what did Daryl say? That was so impressive. Now, can you explain what all of that stuff is? So it was basically labs where there is no noise.
No noise.
You hear how quiet the machines were. Because, you know, you walk in, like, I remember my stepdad in, like, the late 90s used to clean the phone company in Ellenville. So we used to go in there and help him. And the buzzing of the machines would drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Stephen, yes, that was me speaking. Join us to experience sounds of IBM. Noise Free Labs. Okay, so I'm going to read some of the comments. Okay. Kokona77 says, this machine ASMR kind of bussin' though.
I had no idea what that means.
So bussin' is supposed to be really good.
Oh, okay.
The girls in the gym taught me that at a meet. Like, oh, these chips are bussin'.
Oh, so that's good. Okay.
It's a compliment, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be using that in gymnastics when they do something. You buzzing, babe. Do that backflip again.
So David Watkins says, my brain hurts and now I have the hiccups. Okay. Icaro Jesse says, insane.
Mm-hmm.
S. Trevertini says, she sounds like GLaDOS. WTF.
Don't know what that is either.
So
but I gotta get out more.
I gotta get out more. Means. Okay, so I was like, what is GLaDOS? Because there were a couple of people that made this same comment. So I Googled GLaDOS. GLaDOS is the voice in Portal, which is a video game. Don't know what either one of those things are, but I had to Google it to find out. So American Pichu says, is this some kind of ASMR video? Kinda.
What did they watch?
But Batahan Silingol, I don't know what that says. Why the hell does this sound like Half-Life? Half-Life. Half-Life is a remake of the video game Black Mesa. This is why I said if you guys know some video game people, call them in the room because they'll know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what any of that means.
Fabi S says the woman's voice sounds good. A little spooky though.
Spooky.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like the voice from Portal. Okay, Blue Mamba. This is one of the funny comments. Imagine working in there and needing to fart.
Why is that funny?
It's funny because it was extremely quiet. Okay, Trab Bart says, I wish I could have my apartment soundproof from neighbors the same way.
Wow. Me too.
Okay. And I'm sure this next comment is probably how we all have felt a few times before. Conex Xenon says, wow, finally a room quiet enough so I can hear my wallet screaming at the end of every month. Okay, so I'm going to read one more. Tiffany Scribble says, IBM is getting into the ASMR business. Release a longer version one, at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes long, up to potentially an hour. This is nice and relaxing.
Well, I didn't know that you had that talent, but now when I can't go to sleep, I'm just going to ask you to read some of the IBM thing.
Some of the comments, or?
No, just talk. And I'm going to sleep right now. No. So anyway,
join us to experience.
We went to a stable yesterday and with our friends, which is going to be one of our guests coming up. Mm-hmm. We're going to put the promo note now because I didn't upload it.
Right.
But I don't know. We're trying to work into going. I mean, we are live, but going to location
Thank
live.
You, Steve. You can.
Yeah, Steve. She's actually really good. You'd be surprised some of the other voices that she does. Like she does some of the parents that she does some of the parents that
but
that
those are kind
come
of
to
like
gymnastics.
you have to be there.
You have to know
have
these
to
people
there,
in order to truly. I mean, you could enjoy it. I think you could do a comedy app with it, but but also, she was rehearsing for the play that she's doing next weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend.
Next weekend and the following.
Yeah, and every once in a while she just bursts into it and start practicing. And I think she's talking to me and said that she's using a different voice.
Husband, get me some water to quench my gullet. I do believe it. That's the one.
And I'm going like, what? I don't know why she's asking me for water when she's standing by the sink.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, so I definitely want to plug that show.
Yeah. So that's coming up this weekend coming up. And what time is it?
Oh wow. There are a few shows. So let me get it right.
Opening is what time? Uh-oh.
I have to look. I have to look it up. But there was something else that I wanted to.
Daryl's going to have to come back to New York for that one.
Oh yes. So the show is called Pathway to the Ballot Box. It is 7 women characters. They're loosely based on women that came through the New Paltz area in the late 1800s to early 1900s. It is a fabulous, fabulous production. And the interesting thing about it is that I didn't realize that I had auditioned for this until I auditioned for this last year. Didn't even realize it. So the auditions were just before the shutdown. So they had just completed auditions and then everything, completely shut down. And because I was looking through my email for something and an old email popped up. I was like, whoa. So I went to the audition, the second one in person, and it was fabulous. So my character, Julia, is, talking about her experience with not being able to vote. And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful play. And so there's a lot of pre-press that came out just recently. We were reviewed in Broadway World because they're trying to drum up some press, obviously. So the show will be in New Paltz. And if you've ever been to New Paltz, they have this section of New Paltz called Historic Huguenot Street. They have all these historic homes and buildings, and where they do reenactments there. What we're doing is not a reenactment though, but they do reenactments there, and it is such a gorgeous, almost like a town of its own, and they have preserved these buildings on Historic Huguenot Street in New Paltz. So
what time is it that is going on?
So the performances are going to be both Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to let you know how you can get tickets.
Does it have the time?
It does.
Because I don't know if Steve's coming up, but he's asking what time.
So here are the tour times. There are several tours throughout the day. Tour times are 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, 3, 3:30, 4, and 4:30. So basically from 10:30 to 4:30. So I'm just going to read you a little bit about Pathway to the Ballot Box. It says, it's a unique, immersive theater experience that will guide visitors on a journey through more than 300 years of local women's history. Visitors will come face to face with characters inspired by the real women of New Paltz's past and learn of their challenges, triumphs, fears, and accomplishments. Now, just so you guys sort of have an idea of what to expect, These monologues are all memorized. Mine is probably at the shortest length of time, 14 minutes. So it's some serious stuff, some serious brain power. I am very, very proud of this, to be a part of this project, and I'm really excited.
Good.
I'm really excited for the show to open.
So Steve, you coming?
So Steve, I will
let me know.
I will post this link for you to get tickets, because the show is Saturday, Sunday this weekend, several tours. Next weekend there are several tours, and then the first weekend in August.
Oh, 10 a.m.
Awesome, Steve.
Okay.
Steve, that would be great. So yeah, the first tour looks like it's at 10:30, and then 11, and then 11:30. So there are several options throughout the day. Basically, the guests are going to be going from house
to house. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
And for the opening show, so I'll probably see you there, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to see if, well, that to Rose, I'm probably going to be
probably
away.
In Albany. Yeah.
So, but I will see you there.
Mm-hmm.
If you come up, Steve, give me a ring.
Yeah. That would be great.
I'm thirsty. Look, I could still do this push-up.
Oh, the planche push-up.
I could still do it.
Okay, so he said if he is here, he would like to go.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent. Cool. Okay, let me see. I got it.
Scott is too Gucci. I love that, Steve. I love that.
Okay, so we see you.
So actually, when I auditioned for Pathway to the Ballot Box, this was the first in-person live audition I had since before everything, sort of went dark. I guess you could use the term, a theater term. So it was very exciting. What month are we in? August, so maybe May, something like that. And it was quite an amazing experience to see just all these talented women come up and do these wonderful auditions and stuff like that. So like I said before, I am super, super excited to get a chance to do a live performance again. It's crazy. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to open the article from Broadway World.
Okay, I'm just trying to talk to Cheli.
Yeah. Okay, so let me drop the names of the writers. So Pathway to the Ballot Box, Immersive Voting Rights Experience Comes to New Paltz. This is an article from BroadwayWorld.com. That is pretty epic. Writers include Kate Douglas, Vicki Ramirez, Mary Page Keller, Nia Witherspoon, Penelope Lauder, Ray Binstock, and Amber Nielsen. So Historic Huguenot Street, in association with Clockjack Productions, presents Pathway to the Ballot Box, a unique immersive theatrical experience that will guide visitors on a journey through more than 300 years of local women's history. The passionate characters in Pathway to the Ballot Box are inspired by the challenges, triumphs, fears, and accomplishments of 8 women who lived in New Paltz, New York over 3 centuries, leading to the first vote cast by a woman in New Paltz. The experience will run weekends August 21st through September 5th. Pathway to the Ballot Box is co-produced and directed by Clockjack Productions, artistic director PJ Griffith, Broadway's American Idiot, Off-Broadway's Rock of Ages, Giant, Sleep No More, are some of PJ's credits. The experience is driven by monologues written by a diverse array of writers from various backgrounds and mediums, each inspired by a real woman from New Paltz past. Hi, Jesus. Thank you for joining in. So, like I said, the characters are loosely based from actual women that lived in and around the New Paltz area. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The actresses' names, I'm going to drop the names because,
Okay.
Jane Aldrich, Diane Perel, Montana Lampert Hoover, Crystal Tweed, obviously, Valletta Brown, Jasmine Rochelle Godspeed, Verena McBee, and Megan Stacy. I am very, very excited, as you guys can tell. My niece went to New Paltz. I would love to see that. Daryl, New Paltz, the town is just on like, it's its own little artsy world. I talked about the play that I did there a couple years ago, and just absolutely loved just being in New Paltz. I just love being there. So I know the New Paltz school. A lot of filmmakers come out of that school. A lot of filmmakers, a lot of actors. Very, very cool.
Okay, so Cheli went out, and she's going to try to come back in.
Okay.
Okay, there she is again.
Yeah, we're not seeing her photo or anything. So apparently Shelly can hear us. So Shelly, we don't see your camera is on. We can't see that. Normally when you pop in, we would automatically see your video on, and we would just click and say add to stream.
Okay, she went back out. So we'll have it another time if it doesn't work. Your niece went to New. Oh, okay. You read that already.
I did.
Okay. You know what?
I'm multitasking.
Let's play some of that.
Daryl, you've been traveling a lot, right? Because I know you. Where were you with your wife just recently? And then I know you guys took a trip. You flew somewhere to visit a friend, maybe. So yeah, I know that you travel often, and hopefully if you're going to be in New York one of these 3 weekends on a Saturday or Sunday, it would be great to see you and actually meet you in person, because I haven't met Daryl in person, have I?
Who? Daryl?
Yes.
You haven't met him in person, no?
Right. I didn't think so.
Daryl and I go back like a long, long time ago.
You and Daryl go back, way back, like babies and pacifiers.
Oh, well,
Okay, he said he was in Oneonta in May.
Okay, so she says she's sorry, and she feels awful for the viewers. Such a beautiful reel that was created. Well.
Okay, so then we'll just have her on another.
We have it on another time.
We'll work out the kinks.
We will find out, because sometimes if they're using like an iPad or something, so that's what I was trying to find out, because then she has to go into Safari or something like that. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll get it next time. Okay.
Yeah, you should have, Daryl. Yes. So here's what we'll do. I know we jabbered about a lot today, a lot of different things today. So I will post the link to the IBM video, post the link to Pathway to the Ballot Box. If you guys are in the area, I would love to see you. If you have family members that love live theater, they will be socially distancing. So I'm not sure how they're doing like with vaccination or masks, but go on the website, read it over. It's going to be a really, really great production, and I'd be so excited for when it opens. So I will post the link for you guys to go on and purchase tickets for that if you're local. So anyway, you guys, it was great to sort of get back in the groove of things. We'll be posting our upcoming guests through
pretty
the week.
soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so we
thank you.
We thank you guys for joining us tonight.
He was talking about my voice, right?
I don't think so.
No, he was talking about you.
I doubt it.
Why was he talking about me? Well, that was impressive. Now, okay, I'm just playing putting all the messages now, because when we're talking, we really that. Oh, thank you so much.
We actually read all those messages.
You did?
Yes,
I was trying to get it.
I know, you have to learn how to multitask.
Daniel, you never upset. Never. You make us laugh. Simone did the right thing. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. I'm not mad anymore. Yeah.
Oh, you guys, one more thing.
I'm multitasking.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a film that I did literally days.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Before the shutdown.
That's right. I was gonna say that.
Ow. Literally days before the shutdown is going to be released
on Wednesday.
Yes.
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah. Now we don't know if we're gonna hear her voice.
Yeah, it's a Brazilian film, so my voice is going to be dubbed, probably.
Maybe.
Because I spoke my lines in English, but it was such a blast. Okay, so it is coming out. No, we didn't watch it.
Wednesday.
It's coming out Wednesday, which is the 18th. I'm so excited. And it will be dropping on
Netflix.
Yeah. Yes.
Netflix?
The Secret Diary of an Exchange Student. And we have been waiting since February.
Not me. I wasn't in that movie.
Then everything stopped, and they did actually wrap the film. The film was wrapped before the pandemic hit. So, yeah. So if you guys are just sitting in the house chilling and you want to watch a great film on Wednesday, you can watch it on Netflix. The Secret Diary of an Exchange Student, and I play a reporter. Could you imagine that? Can you even imagine me playing a reporter?
You did it twice.
I did it more than twice.
A reporter?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought playing a doctor. Oh, no, that was us. Okay, people. Thank you for joining us. For joining us. I'm beginning to revert back to when I first came here. My English is getting worse. I'm going to have to practice a little bit. But thank you for joining us. I told you I could speak English if I take my time. Why are you looking at me like that? But it's very hard to carry on a conversation speaking this low.
Bruce Lee did it.
Don't concentrate on my voice.
Oh, God.
And you miss all that heavenly glory. Now try again.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
You know who probably loved that? Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a big new Bruce Lee fan. And one day I'm going to do my impersonation for him.
Okay.
Because my wife said I can't speak English, but I could definitely do Randy Macho Man Savage and Bruce Lee. We'll see you. And as always, love, peace, and harmony.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.